Thank you for tuning in to Split Pea Scoop. My name is Rachel Marisha Morrison. Before we start, I would love to share with you my credentials to assure you that you're in good hands and good ears at Split Pea Scoop. My Master of Science degree is in nutrition. My Bachelor of Science degree is in adult health and physical education. I'm an American College of Sports Medicine certified group exercise instructor. I am also certified by the American Red Cross in First Aid, CPR, and AED. I'm an author of 2 books. My most recent book is entitled Through the Spirit Health Journal, A Loving, Joyful, and Peaceful Spiritual Nutrition Experience, and my first book is entitled God plus Music equals Joy. Both of my books are available on Amazon within ebook and paperback form. It's time to get started. My episode number 6 is entitled Seasons of Self-Love as an homage to one of my favorite musicals, Rent, on Broadway. One of the songs in the musical is entitled Seasons of Love. Therefore, I feel it's an appropriate time to have this episode due to June being Pride Month and how self-love is very important. The most important relationship we all have is with ourselves. Before I delve into even more concepts associated with self-love, I would love to define various terminologies that are important to refer to within this concept. The first one I want to delve into is self-esteem. Self-esteem refers to one's sense of self-respect, self-confidence, or self-worth in perspective of the textbook Access to Health. Self-efficacy is a concept we discussed in previous episodes. Self-efficacy is the belief that an individual has in the ability to succeed in a task or goal. Self-efficacy is a byproduct of self-esteem, and self-esteem is the fundamental confidence in oneself. In reference to the World Health Organization, the World Health Organization discussed self-care, and self-care is the ability of individuals, families, and communities to promote health, prevent disease, maintain health, and cope with illness and disability with or without the support of a health worker. So in essence, self-care refers to taking our own control of our own health. There are currently 3.6 billion people that are half of the world's population that unfortunately lack access to essential health services. The World Health Organization recommends self-care interventions for every country and economic setting. So no matter if you're rich or poor, you have the ability to take control of your health in any way that you can. The World Health Organization referred to reaching universal health coverage, promoting health, keeping the world safe, and serve the vulnerable. Self-care recognizes individuals as active agents in managing their own health care in areas including health promotion, disease prevention, and control, self-medication, providing care to dependent persons, and rehabilitation, including palliative care. So in the realm of fitness and nutrition, we can take preventative measures in order to prevent frequent doctor visits. We can do activities within our own control that we enjoy. Playing sports is an example, going to the gym, working out outside, whatever you like to do, I highly recommend doing it. In addition, taking control of the foods that we put into our bodies, making sure they represent each nutrient, micronutrient and macronutrient, of course, as well as taking in items based on our age, our lifestyle, and our gender needs. In further reference to the World Health Organization, self-care interventions are evidence-based, quality tools that support self-care. They include medicines, counseling, diagnostics, and/or digital technologies which can be accessed fully or partially outside of formal health services. Depending on the intervention, they can be used with or without the direct supervision of health workers. So, digital technologies, for example, wearing an Apple Watch or a Fitbit, will be conducive to tracking your steps, tracking your activity, counseling, taking preventative measures in order to seek nutrition counseling, group exercise instruction, personal training, whatever you need in order to accomplish your fitness and nutrition goals, as well as if there's mental health angles that can be addressed through a third-party professional perspective, that is also very important as well. And these are some benefits of self-care interventions. According to the World Health Organization, self-care interventions can empower individuals and communities to manage their health and well-being, strengthen national institutions with efficient use of domestic resources for health, and improve primary health care and contribute to achieving universal health care. So therefore, in the United States alone, we have access to various elements of nature that we can use to work out in the summer and spring outside, and we can also work out at a gym, a fitness facility, and also take in whatever we can from groceries that serve each produce and food group and other food groups. So your fruits, your vegetables, your whole grains, your fish, oils, as well as high protein choices, are conducive to elevating nutrition status worldwide. When it comes to self-esteem, I personally feel that even though the episode is called Seasons of Self-Love, I believe that every individual is capable of having self-love year-round. It shouldn't be season dependent. So that's why I use plural. Some people love themselves more in the winter. Some people love themselves more in the summer. It depends on your personal preference, but I feel that self-esteem is accessible year-round and beyond. In order to accomplish optimal self-esteem, I personally feel that your mind has to be stimulated, your body has to be stimulated, your heart has to be stimulated, and your soul has to be stimulated. So for example, to stimulate your mind, I personally love to meditate and do crossword puzzles and read lots of books. Those are my favorite activities. I highly encourage you to pursue yours. When it comes to emotional health exercises, I feel that to stimulate your heart and your sentimental health, and you're healing your inner child, so to speak, I feel it's very important to dream big, set goals, and take action. So for example, I would like for you to describe thorough words and pictures, any past memories that you may have that are optimistic. So for example, I have amazing childhood memories associated with even cooking chili for my brother and his football teammates. That stimulates my self-esteem by knowing that I have always been skilled in nutrition, sports nutrition in particular, and every realm of nutrition. That improves my personal self-esteem when I think of that memory. I also highly encourage you to use the 5 senses to mindfully describe your present moment, and so you don't focus too much on negativity of the past and therefore elevate your self-esteem in the current moment. What do you see, hear, smell, feel, and taste in the present moment? And then when it comes to the future, I highly encourage you to be goal-oriented in order to optimize and live your life to the fullest. So use words and pictures to describe your goals. So the main idea behind all of that is to focus on the optimism of the past, focus on the mindfulness of the present, and focus on your goals of the future. Another mind, body, heart, and soul exercise you can do, I highly encourage you to count it all joy, as the word says, by writing and drawing out your blessings that you have in life. You can even start with letters A through Z. Just write down 26 things you're grateful for, 26 people, places, things, concepts in your life that make you happy. My niece and nephew, their names start with A, so I have a picture of them in my A box. I have an A to Z collage of things that make me happy and stimulate my self-esteem. And Z is for Zumba in my collage. I have, for example, yoga for Y, the letter Y, kindness for the letter K, laughing for the letter L, etc., music for M. So I highly encourage you to make your own vision board of happiness to stimulate your self-esteem, stimulate your self-love year-round. Your relationship with yourself is the most important one on this earth. I feel that in order to attract, say, friendship in your life, you have to be your own best friend first. In order to attract love in your life, you have to be your own love of your life first. And in order to manifest wonderful things in your life, you have to manifest it for yourself in order to exude that into society and into the world. Furthermore, in order to alleviate anxiety, as we discussed in the previous episode, we discussed fear and being fearless at the end of the episode. And we also discussed how anxiety is the most common mental health concern worldwide. And I have an anti-anxiety. I call it anxiety no más. Anxiety no more in English. So there's a chart. It says you write down your worry. And then the next column, you write whether it's controllable or not. The column after that, you would write a solution if it is in your control and a coping skill if it's not. And then finally, you would write an affirmation, a song lyric, or a mantra. So I'll use myself as an example. Right before I graduated my master's, or right even before I wanted to go to grad school. That was my worry. I was like, I want to go to grad school, but I don't have the money to go. Or I want to go to grad school. Yeah, I'll use that. I wanted to go to grad school, but I didn't have the money to go. Is it controllable? Yes and no, depending on your perspective of it. And solution, I picked up a job in order to pay for grad school, and therefore I qualified for a Pell Grant and all these other grants for having really astronomically amazing grades. So, and then my mantra for that was Watch Me Shine is one of my favorite songs. So I use that as my affirmation in my lyrics. And yeah, so anxiety no more. And there's one lyric that I love that makes me feel less anxious after I hear it, after I read it. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is going to be all right, from the great Bob Marley. So in order to elevate self-esteem, I personally feel like self-control is important. Self-control is a fruit of the Spirit, the ninth and final fruit of the Spirit, if you read the Bible. And it's very important for a successful fitness and nutrition journey, and in order to feel empowered through this journey and confident through this journey. And in order to, of course, increase your self-efficacy, your belief in yourself to achieve any goals that you set associated with fitness and nutrition. I would like to end the episode on a wonderful note. Going back to how it's Pride Month, having pride in who you love is important, but you have to love yourself first. And one of the best quotes I've ever heard associated with this concept is from, back to honor LGBTQIA plus community, RuPaul. RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love someone else? So I love this quote. I wanted to end the episode on that note to honor Pride Month and the month of June. I pray that you have a wonderful, amazing day and week, and I will see you next week. Take care.